If you're looking to, I don't know what I'm trying to say, never mind. It's been over 2 weeks since I got the new M1 iPad Pro, and I have some thoughts. Apple released a new model to the iPad Pros, and this one, though aesthetically the same, did come with a few big updates. Namely, the M1 chip. I love the M1 chip in my MacBook Pro, so I was very excited to hear that it was coming to the newest iPad. And since I primarily use my iPad for my workflows, it only made sense to upgrade to the newest iPad that featured this faster M1 chip from my 2020 iPad. That's not to mention it also came with the gorgeous new display, the XDR Liquid Retina display. I'll throw up some more fun stuff about the 2021 model so you can save this video for my thoughts and review of the newest iPad Pro, as well as whether or not I think an upgrade is worth it if you've yet to make that jump to the newest iPad. Before we discuss my thoughts and reviews of the 2021 iPad Pro, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you want to see more iPad creative content. It's fast. There is a performance difference and it's noticeable. According to the Apple website, it has 50% faster CPU performance and its graphics are 40% faster. I don't game on my iPad, so I'm for sure missing a few of those benefits of using the iPad as an entertainment device, along with those sweet new upgrades to the CPU and graphics. But for myself, simply opening the apps and going through my normal workflows on the iPad, I've noticed an increase in responsiveness and performance. I use the Keynote application a ton along with Procreate, and I'm working on my iPad anywhere from 5 to 6 hours at a time, continuously, deep work. And all the iPads I've used, my iPad 6th generation, the first iPad I've ever used, along with the newest iPad Air, my iPad 2018, my iPad Pro 2020, I've noticed around 4 or 5 hour mark, the apps start bugging out a bit. Whether it's I have to click a little harder to get things to open, things take a few seconds longer to open, maybe I'll close out the app and reopen it because it's just a little bit finicky. And with these past 2 weeks of using the M1 iPad Pro, I have actually been putting in more work and more hours on my iPad each day. And the thing with the new M1 iPad Pro is I haven't noticed these little finicky things that I've noticed with previous iPads. So not only is the M1 iPad faster in the moment, it also performs better over longer times as well. With the M1 iPad, you are getting 8 gigabytes of RAM, whereas in the iPad 2020 models, you're starting out with 6 gigabytes of RAM. So you're obviously already starting out with more RAM on the newest iPads. If you get the 1 or 2 terabyte options that are now available with the new M1 Pros, you're already bumping up the RAM to 16 gigabytes, which is honestly just truly wild just comparing that amount of RAM to my computer. I do have the 12.9-inch iPad Pro in the 128 gigabyte option just because I have the maximum amount of iCloud storage and I have a ton of external drives, so I don't see the necessity of having a ton of storage right there on the iPad. But honestly, the 16 gigs of RAM was truly tempting just because I use the iPad as my main workhorse. Another thing I was super pumped about with the new iPad Pro for my workflows was this newest display. So I illustrate and design a ton. That's what KDigitalStudio is and profits off of, and I feel like I cheated myself out of the gorgeous new display. So I like using a matte screen protector on my iPad. I use the Paperlike brand screen protector, and it does add a bit of haze to the screen. The screen is still absolutely gorgeous, especially when compared to my iPad Pro 2020 with the same matte screen protector, but of course I don't get the full benefits of the gorgeous screen. The blacks are truly blacker and the colors are truly brighter on the newest iPad. Comparing the blacks on my 2021 model to the 2020 model, the 2021 model truly makes the blacks look even more washed out and almost gray when side by side. And same with the color too. There has been scary photos surfacing on places like Reddit of blooming on the newest iPad Pros, but I personally haven't noticed a single thing. Even when trying to do my own testing, I'm not able to replicate that issue, so don't really know what else more to say on that. I could compare and chat more about specs, but that's not really what I set out to do in this video. I wanted to give you my honest thoughts on the new M1 iPad Pro and kind of help you in making your own decision on whether or not you want to upgrade to the newest iPad from whatever generation you have. Overall, I love the new M1 iPad and I don't regret upgrading to that iPad from my 2020 iPad Pro. I will say that my workflow is iPad dominated, so most of my work, about 85 to 90% of my work, is strictly on the iPad. So of course the power and performance that comes with the new M1 iPad makes sense for me and my own workflows. If you're getting similar use out of your iPad like I am, then I suggest going for the newest M1 iPad Pro. However, if you're a more casual iPad user, you're just taking it for college notes, you're just doing it for art or iPad lettering, maybe you're playing games on it or using it as an entertainment or consumption device, you might not see the full benefits of using the newest M1 iPad. And honestly, you're not going to see a huge difference from the 2020 iPad to the 2021 iPad if you are a more casual iPad user. And I also don't think you'll be making the most of the performance updates that have come to the new 2021 iPad Pro. There are still apps on the App Store to this day that are still trying to make use and maximize the new RAM that has come to the iPad. In the end, if you are a casual iPad user, really the only difference you might notice is the new gorgeous display. So again, if you're a casual iPad user or note taker or artist and you're trying to decide whether or not to upgrade to the M1 iPad Pro from either the 2020 iPad or the 2018 iPad, I'd say to maybe hold off a bit, especially if money is a concern. However, if you're looking for a solid iPad that will last you a while, if you're upgrading from an older generation iPad, maybe an iPad from 3 to 4 years ago, and you have the money saved up, I'd say go for the newest M1 iPad Pro. Regardless of the iPad you have though, there are so many accessories available for the iPad setup that are truly remarkable. I'll link my last video in the cards and in the description for you to check out of all the new accessories that I have found to elevate my iPad setup and my iPad workflows. But I did also want to mention the Nimble collection by Uppercase, who is so kindly sponsoring today's video. Uppercase has sponsored previous videos for KDigitalStudio, and I truly like working with them because I really value the products and find them integral to my own setup. And I think you will too. My favorite accessory is the Nimble grip for the Apple Pencil, and I truly feel spoiled with this accessory. You won't catch me without it. You do have to remove the grip to charge the Apple Pencil, but I find that it makes holding the Apple Pencil so natural. And for those who like a full sleeve or don't necessarily want to remove their accessories to charge their Apple Pencil, Uppercase has newly released the Nimble sleeve for the Apple Pencil that I'm sure will win over your heart. Of course, Uppercase has other quality accessories for your tech on their website, gouppercase.com, for your AirPods or your Mac, so I'm sure that you'll find something that you'll love. I'll be sure to have the links to all the accessories that I like to use from Uppercase linked down below, so be sure to check the description for those links. To throw in a little bit of my excitement for iPadOS 15 that was announced recently at WWDC 21. I'm so pumped for widgets to finally come to the iPad home screen. I think we've been kind of waiting quite a while for it to finally make an appearance on the iPad, so I'm so excited for that. And I'm also excited for the new multitasking features that are also coming to iPadOS. Plus the 10% of workflow where I am using my computer. I'm so very excited for universal control. That's probably my favorite development that was featured in WWDC. It will honestly save me so much time, and I'll probably even cut down my computer usage to like 10 to 5%, but it's still a huge difference. So those are my thoughts on the new iPad Pro with the M1 chip. I don't think I've ever been excited for a new model of the iPad to come out, and that's mainly because of the gorgeous display and the M1 chip. I hope you found this video useful, and if you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, if you have any questions about anything I presented in this video, be sure to comment them down below. I love trying to answer your questions and chat with you guys. If you're interested in seeing my iPad dominated workflow or any of my other iPad related videos, be sure to click on the screen for videos suggested for your viewing pleasure. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week with another video. Bye!